Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Booked with Juby. It is officially that time of year. It is Christmas time, and I am a big Christmas girly. I don't know about y'all, but I love Christmas, and you know, it's time to make our Christmas wish list. And let's be honest, book lovers, about 90% of our list is just books, which is obviously the right choice and the way to go. But in today's video, I am going to give you 10 books that I think you should add to your Christmas wish list. I have a little bit of everything in there, you know, from fantasy to thriller to a little drama, fiction, romance, you name it. I put a little something on there. Now, some of these books are new from 2025, but some of them are not. They were just ones that I read in 2025 and I love so much and I want to share with you. All right, let's get to it. Okay friends, the first book that I think you should add to your Christmas wish list, it has to be Weyward by Emilia Hart. I loved this book. I loved it. First of all, I just need to give credit to this beautiful cover. I mean, it speaks for itself. I love the colors. I love sort of the chaoticness, the nature of it. It's very natural. It's a little spooky, but in a good way, I think. I don't know, when I saw it, I was like, I need you. And I love her writing. This was my first book by her. I've also picked up The Sirens by her. I haven't read it yet, but I plan to soon. I just obsessed. Now, why did I love this book so much? Well, first of all, it's a historical fiction, and I mean, it's just gorgeous. It has witchy vibes. It's multi-generational. It's about 3 women across different timelines that each have to discover their own power, but then a related power, and a power that runs within their bloodline and their lives. And it was very atmospheric, it was very natural, a little magical realism in this. It was so emotional, and honestly it was just the perfect read to get all cuddled up with a blanket and a hot beverage, minus coffee, maybe a little tea, whatever floats your fancy. Definitely add this one to your Christmas list. Okay, the second book that you need to add to your Christmas list immediately is going to be The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. This book came out in 2025, so this is a new read. I loved this book. It was a very twisty, smart thriller. It's basically about this famous novelist who, in the 1970s, his family, his 2 siblings were brutally murdered, and he was like the #1 suspect, but couldn't be proven. He later on grows up to become a famous author. He has a daughter. He has, you know, alcohol issues. They have a strained relationship, and he hires her on to be the ghostwriter of his final story, which is the truth about what happened back in 1975 to his siblings, and what the truth is and how they were actually, and who murdered them. And this book had so much suspense. It had good twists. It was a very addictive plot. I ate this thing up. I definitely would like to read more by her because of how good this was. Okay friends, the third book that I think you should add to your Christmas wish list, it's gotta be Wild Card by Elsie Silver. This book came out this year, just back in September, so it's still newly released. However, it is part of a greater series, the Rose Hill series. So I'll show you these really quickly. You got Wild Love, which is #1, and then you got Wild Eyes, #2, Wild Side, #3, and then of course, Wild Card, #4. This series is a must read if you like a little bit of spice, if you like, you know, the grumpy and sunshine tropes. All of these, just hit it up. It's also the dad trope, single dad trope, which I did not think I would vibe with, but apparently I do. It also is all based in Canada, and I'm a Canadian girly. She's also a Canadian author, so love to support my Canadian girlies, and I just ate these books up. I have recently also acquired the Chestnut series, Chestnut Spring series by her, and honestly, I can't wait to read all of these. I would highly recommend you start with Wild Love. I'm only bringing up Wild Card because that came out this year, and I want you to read them all. So buy them. Get them on the wish list. They're so good. They're so addictive. It's like Grumpy Sunshine. Perfect. Okay, friends, so the next books I'm going to talk about are Every Summer After and One Golden Summer by Carley Fortune. Now I know it's supposed to be one book, but I am going to count these together because it's like a duology. Now, technically you don't have to read one to read the other. However, there are a lot of little Easter eggs, and this one, the newer one, which is One Golden Summer, takes place years after this one. So I do recommend reading them. Now, Carley Fortune is another Canadian author who I have fallen in love with. I just love the way she writes. It's less spice, which is also okay. Like, some people like spice, some don't. So that's why I have a little bit of everything on this list. Less spice, more romance. It basically follows two childhood friends in this book and then the brother in this book. And I devoured these. Now, these also, I think I just felt so, I cherish them just so close to my heart because it does take place very close to where I live, and I also have a cottage that I go to every summer, which is just like this book. So I don't know, I just, all the vibes for these, so good. She's an excellent writer, and she has a couple other books out that I can't speak enough about her. She's probably one of my favorite authors, top 5 for sure, and I think you need to add these to your Christmas wish list. Okay, book number 5. It's gonna be one that's gonna make you cry, and of course we have to add some of those on here. I mean, it might not make you cry, but it made me cry because I'm a big baby. But Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, this book also came out in 2025, so this is a new book, and this is her latest book. She just, I don't know, she's back at it with another emotionally layered, character-driven novel. Oh my gosh, it's packed with heartbreak, big feelings. It basically follows women astronauts in the 1980s, which is so cool. It was such an interesting story from the beginning to the very end, and you're just cheering them all on. It's really gonna touch you here, and it's also, it starts out very intensely. Like, she has a good way, or she does a good job of really putting you in the moment and making you really, my heart was beating when I was reading this book. So definitely add this one onto your Christmas wish list. Okay, book number 6 on the Christmas wish list is going to be The Wedding People by Alison Espach. I'm not sure if I said that right, so sorry, but this also was a 2025 book. I think it came out at the beginning of the year. Didn't realize how many 2025 books I actually did put on this list until we started talking about it. But either way, this book was really good. It was very sharp. It was funny, surprisingly heartfelt and emotional. It kind of follows like relationship expectations on very many different levels. You have different characters with different types of relationships all going on at once. The main character finds herself at this hotel while this wedding is happening, and she's the only guest there that is not part of the wedding. So she kind of gets roped into this wedding, and honestly, it's just, if you like a really character-driven novel, this one's for you. The characters are what make this story good. It's funny at parts, it's sad at parts. There are some trigger warnings in this one, though, I will give you a heads up. It does discuss a couple really intense conversations, so I would definitely look into it a little bit before reading it, but definitely an excellent read. Okay guys, book number 7, I actually don't have anymore because I lent it out, but it needed to make the list because it's a classic, okay? It's going to be Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is a prequel to The Hunger Games, and this story follows Haymitch and the 25th Hunger Games, and I don't really know if I need to say more. I mean, if you like The Hunger Games, if you're a millennial like me and you grew up with these books and the movies, add this one to the TBR. It's so good. It really, you get a new perspective of Haymitch and Effie and all these characters that, you know, we don't know as much about, obviously, in the Hunger Games, because their stories, as they're continuing, obviously, throughout the Hunger Games, but they have a past and what has shaped them into the people they are. So definitely add this one on to the Christmas list if you are a Hunger Games fan. Okay, book number 8 on our Christmas wish list has to be Happy Place by Emily Henry. And of course, Emily Henry will make the list because she can do no wrong. I love her. Her writing is great. I've adored every single thing I've read of her so far. I still have a few more to catch up so that I have read her whole collection, but honestly, she does it every single time. So really anything Emily Henry, add to the list immediately. Now, this is the 3rd book in her publication order, I believe, or something like that. You don't have to read her books in any particular order because they are not related. This one is just one of my favorites. Now, don't be deterred because some people will say, oh, this is not my favorite by Emily Henry. This book is great, okay? The characters are funny. It's a second chance love. It's also deals with a lot of friendship and, you know, the struggles and the realization of growing older and becoming new people and getting in serious relationships. It basically follows 3 best friends from college and how they go to their happy place every summer, and this might be the last one and they don't know because everything's changing and everyone's getting married and having children and moving on in life. And so I don't know if this one also just pulls at my heartstrings because that's sort of where I'm at in my life, and I have 2 very best friends from university, so I don't know, I felt this really in my heart so dearly, and just so close to my heart, but I loved every minute of this book, so I highly recommend you add it to your Christmas list. Book number 9 that I am going to recommend to add to your Christmas list was a book that I've had for a long time and I kept putting off because I was intimidated. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was intimidated by it. I was afraid. I have heard both good and bad about it. And I also heard that it's devastating, and that is the correct word for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But us readers, we like to hurt, you know? Like we wanna feel it. So like, do it. Just do it. I got over my fear and it was so worth it. And the book I'm talking about, of course, is Finding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I also went into this blind not knowing anything about it. And so I don't know why I thought it was about firefighters. It's not. I think I was confusing it with something else. This book's about rugby players in Ireland, and it's technically a YA. However, I don't know how comfortable I would feel letting a younger, maybe 16 and older, probably reading this. It does deal with a lot of mature content. Definitely trigger warnings for this one. But I don't know, I sobbed, and I liked this one so much, I ran out with my sister to go buy this one, which is the next book in the series, and I sobbed even harder at this one. So yeah, basically you got your rugby boys, and then you have your main character whose family life is very difficult, and she's just trying to survive day by day, and it's a love story. It's traumatic, it's devastating, heartbreaking, all in one. Now, I will give you a warning. It is pretty graphic. Not only is like the actual events that are going on very graphic, but there's also like injuries that she talks about a lot. It is a smidge repetitive. I'm being honest with y'all, but I loved it. I don't care. I loved it. Now, I can see why people didn't like it. Like, if you don't like something that's too repetitive or can't handle that kind of detail about more sensitive subjects, then stay away. But if you want your heart to be ripped up, then do it. And Merry Christmas. Okay, Frankie decided to join us for our last books on the list, and it's technically, I know it's supposed to be book, but I am going to put 2 here for the 10 spot. I am going to do 1 Dark Window and 2 Twisted Crown, which is Duology by Rachel Gillig. This is a fantasy book. It's a dark fantasy book. I loved it. It's full of monsters and magic and curses, and it has a very unique narration that I've never really read something like that. I thought that was really cool. I thought the magic system was interesting. At first, truthfully, I thought it might be a little cheesy. It wasn't. It really worked, and I enjoyed it so much. It's a very immersive world, but I will tell you it's a little slow burning. However, so good. Especially if you are a fantasy lover, highly recommend this. Or if you're newer to fantasy, this would be a good one to start with. It's a duology, so you're not signing up for, you know, a big set like Throne of Glass, or, you know, some of these other ones that are like very intimidating. It's just 2 books. You can handle 2 books, and it's a good way to dip your toe into fantasy without being overwhelmed. So definitely recommend these being added to your Christmas list. And there you have it. Those are 10 books that I think you should add to your Christmas wish list this year. I hope that you guys all have a very blessed and Merry Christmas. I hope you have a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, or whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope it's magical and beautiful, and I hope you get to spend lots of time with your family and friends and just enjoy the season. It's, you know, this time of year can be hard for some people. It can be great for some people, and I think we just need to all come together and show kindness anywhere we can and be there for each other in the book community, in all communities, and we just gotta love one another. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, right, Frank? Yes, please hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. It goes such a long way. If you also want to hit the like button, I'd love you forever. And as always, I hope you have a great reading month, happy holidays, and love you. Bye. Say bye, Frank. Say bye-bye.